Chapter 10:21. Golden Thread Aurora Mirror Translator. Myoibo Studio Editor. Myoibo Studio Bark. Mirror Emperor saw the giant, white-haired, four-hoofed being leave. He couldn't help looking at Pei Feng Knight and saying, "Pei Feng Knight, why is Qi Lan Master less powerful?" "Do you even need to ask?" Pei Feng Knight said, looking at him coldly. "You're an undying special life form with the power of a universe knight. Resurrecting you is like resurrecting a senior universe knight. My teacher reserved the time to save you, and he bore the entirety of the backlash from the universe. Fortunately, my teacher is a top-tier universe master, which is how he's able to withstand it. Such backlash power could easily kill a universe overlord, and my teacher needed to resist it all by himself. If even you can sense the change in teacher's power, teacher was severely injured and will need quite a few valuables to recover." Bark Mirror Emperor was dazed. Actually, he had not known that universe overlords could only be revived by universe supreme masters. He only had the power of an ordinary universe knight, but he was undying. That meant, reviving him was like reviving senior universe knights, and the universe bit back hard. Even universe masters were injured by it. Beings at Bark Mirror Emperor's level wouldn't easily notice it, yet he had this time, which meant Qi Lan Master's injuries were indeed serious. Pei Feng Knight looked at him and said, "Northern Territory Alliance thinks highly of your potential. But reversing time to resurrect a great being costs a lot. The backlash power from the universe. When resurrecting undying emperors is easily recoverable to universe masters, but resurrecting universe knights will take universe masters a long time to regain their health. You know the rule. This is a free revival. If you die next time, you'll bear all the costs for your resurrection. And it can't be afforded by ordinary universe knights." "I understand," Bark Mirror Emperor said in a low voice, clenching his teeth. "Remember, you've died once," Pei Feng Knight said. They were in Pei Feng Knight's palace, which was at the center of the Northern Territory Alliance, resembling the primal region of the human race. That was why Qi Lan Master had been able to resurrect Bark Mirror Emperor without concern. "Blade River," Bark Mirror Emperor growled, grinding his teeth harder than ever. "Just a tip," said Pei Feng Knight. His eyes glinted with disdain. "Don't even think about revenge until you become a universe knight." Bark Mirror Emperor glanced at Pei Feng Knight fiercely. "Blade River Emperor is as powerful as a senior universe knight," said Pei Feng Knight. "Even I was injured by him. Do not seek out Blade River Emperor for the sake of vengeance." "What?" Bark Mirror Emperor opened his eyes wide in shock. "Until you become a universe knight, you cannot even beat him, let alone kill him." Pei Feng Knight shook his head, took a step forward and returned to his palace. Bark Mirror Emperor stood on the square with his face twitching. "Blade River, Blade River." Bark Mirror Emperor clenched his claws. His face twisted with rage. Asterisk 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 asterisk. While Bark Mirror Emperor privately seethed, Bauhinia Island was a tumult of activity. The heirs were still discussing the arrival of Thunder Beast God. The heirs were all speculating what valuable Blade River Emperor had gotten. Inside Luo Feng's palace, Moshe Body sat with his legs crossed. His original Earthling body was already back in the World Ring, testing the new valuable On the boundless plain was an ancient mirror with a diameter of hundreds of miles. Luo Feng stood in front of the mirror and pointed at it. Life imprint, seer. A trace of godly power flew toward it and merged with the mirror. The life imprint contained in the godly power was seared into the valuable Su, Su, Su. The mirror quickly shrank to the size of his palm. Meanwhile, information flooded Luo Feng's mind. It's called Golden Thread Aurora Mirror. Luo Feng looked at the mirror with a thrill. It's not a true treasure, but it's a top-tier treasure. Regardless, it's more precious than lots of ordinary treasures and would be the envy of any universe knight. Luo Feng immediately understood that the ancestral god school had bestowed him with the most suitable valuable. There were different categories of valuables, including attacking weapons, spiritual force weapons, defense armors, escape valuables, like wings, boots, and ribbons, sealing types, origin types, flying palace types, soul types, and domain types. Original true treasures were used to recover godly bodies. As for surviving, flying palace types and soul types were the most useful. Both of them could weaken material attacks or soul attacks by almost 100%. Sky Wolf Palace and Star Tower were both of the flying palace type. Another type of treasure that was the equal of flying palace type and soul type was the domain type. Thousand Treasures River and Five Color Aurora Lake were both domain type true treasures. Once they were utilized, they were able to control the area they touched. Within that particular area, the users could suppress enemies who were their equals, and they could bound the enemies who were superior to them, giving them the chance to flee. As for enemies who were weaker, true treasures like Thousand Treasure River and Five Color Aurora Lake could easily kill them. Domain-type true treasures, although they were aids, were quite handy, to say the least. A domain-type top-tier treasure, Luo Feng said. He looked at the palm-sized mirror. Ancestral God School is indeed generous. I'll be able to control my own fate when fighting supreme beings and decide whether to battle or to flee. Golden Thread Aurora Mirror. Luo Feng burst into laughter. He opened his mouth, and Golden Thread Aurora Mirror shrank to the size of the head of a pin and flew into his mouth. It then merged with Luo Feng's chest and left a golden imprint. Drive. Luo Feng injected his godly power into Golden Thread Aurora Mirror. Hong. Golden threads suddenly emitted from Luo Feng and enveloped the area of 60 million square miles around Luo Feng. Inside the area were countless golden auroras. Scurrying around like fish, Luo Feng was the center of the area. This is my domain. Luo Feng looked around. Suppress. The golden threads gathered. It might have been able to annihilate an undying emperor easily. Godly power. Burn. He drove the law domain again. Hong. The golden light pervaded this domain, and the law domain merged with the domain of golden thread. Aurora Mirror. Ha ha. The ancestral god school is so considerate, said Luo Feng. They know that I became undying after completing gold law comprehension, so they gave me a valuable of the gold category. Luo Feng found out that Golden Thread Aurora Mirror's power surged after gold law domain overlapped Golden Thread Aurora domain. So powerful, Luo Feng said. He suddenly felt like he could kill an ordinary universe knight when driving the golden threads with his godly power. With such a treasure, even if I meet with supreme beings, I can bind them first and run away. If I want to fight, I'll just let remote ocean body approach my enemies and self-destruct. My enemies will be trapped in Golden Thread Aurora domain, and they'll be so suppressed that they can't even run away. Luo Feng was overjoyed. This Golden Thread Aurora mirror was rarer and more precious than ordinary true treasures. Besides, to great beings, the compatibility of valuables was much more important than the quantity. Apparently, this Golden Thread Aurora mirror could help Luo Feng's power move one step forward. It amazed Luo Feng to realize how thoughtful the ancestral god school had been to give him this valuable. Ancestral god school. I am first and foremost of the human race, thought Luo Feng. But I'll be grateful to you for bestowing me with this valuable. After receiving the Golden Thread Aurora mirror, Luo Feng studied it every day and tried to combine it with his other true treasures. He pondered the best way to fight. Peng, peng, peng. The door of Luo Feng's palace on Bauhinia Island was fiercely knocked on. Blade River, open the door. Blade River. Someone was shouting outside. Eagerly, Luo Feng, dressed in black, waved his hand and opened the door, saying, "Come in." Without Luo Feng's permission, even his friends wouldn't dare trespass in his palace. Within range of the five-color Aurora Lake, Luo Feng saw Charman Emperor, Lili Emperor, and Thousand Rain Emperor rushing in. What happened? What's got you so worried? Luo Feng smiled. I've never seen you guys like this in all the time we have known each other. It was Moshe Body who greeted them, and he had different auras from the original Earthling body. After all, Moshe Body only performed his talent technique, replicate, to replicate the aura of the original Earthling body, which was why Charman Emperor, Lili Emperor, and Thousand Rain Emperor didn't notice it. Luo Feng, Charman Emperor said. Something has happened. Something really bad, Lili Emperor added. Blade River, said Thousand Rain Emperor, you're in big trouble this time. Luo Feng frowned. What's the issue? Don't worry, just speak slowly. You didn't go to the world of glory, did you? Charman Emperor said. That's why you don't know yet. Don't know what? Luo Feng frowned. I've been in my palace these past few days. He had devoted his time to joyfully studying his new Golden Thread Aurora domain. Besides, he was waiting for the Supreme Council meeting of the human race. Why would he go to the world of glory? If he did, he would just be surrounded and assailed with questions. Just tell me, what happened? Luo Feng pressed them. Lili Emperor and Charman Emperor opened their mouths almost at the same time. Just. Luo Feng couldn't help but cut in. Lili Emperor, he said. Tell me what happened.